Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to DreamHack Bucharest 2013. Hopefully you're seeing something on your screen. Do you think they are? Uh-oh. Nick, I didn't hear you. Okay, I'll print it. Oh, there we go.
I think, wait, I'm here now. But yeah, hopefully our program isn't working,
okay.
but I think they see us, right? What does the chat say?
We'll verify the chat. Do you see a game? They're just like, you know what? Let's all collectively decide not to respond to actual toss, just to troll.
They're gonna troll us.
You can't troll the troll, guys. I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. Okay, they see the thing.
But what's the thing?
Thanks, Iron Guy. You know, I trust him. Iron Guy 294.
Yep.
He sees the thing.
He's a reliable person.
How do you actually describe that accurately and concisely? That's one of those things where he wanted to be the first, which is fine. It's perfect. Great initiative. But he just didn't know exactly what to say, so he just said thing, which is fine.
Absolutely.
Great job. And shout out to all you other guys responding. Clips, Jim Para, you're awesome. Trollface, Katsu, Shark SC22, Blod, Tai, Sant SC2, Tenku, Amorthan, Grumpy. I hope you're not grumpy because it's an awesome day. The third 3Y3. You have an awesome name. Anyway, what are we watching next?
We're watching game 2. Alicia's up 1-0, but before we get into this game, I got ya has a lot of great questions.
Oh, he does, doesn't he? Dude,
he's got another one.
Can we mod that guy?
We should mod him.
Ron, can you mod I got ya? He's asking amazing questions in the chat, and I love that. It just makes me happy. Nick, go ahead.
His most recent amazing questions is... Uh-oh, I lost it. Here we go. Do you think the advantage of getting between bases gets mitigated by the building attack AI? Even with storms, I believe Alicia had a sick advantage by Nerchio's force attacking buildings randomly.
Dude.
And yes, that played a huge role in that battle. And that's something you have to be super careful of. And if you remember, like that was actually a big error Nerchio made, was sending his whole army to the natural.
Yeah.
For example, if you remember Stardust versus Hero from about an hour ago, or half an hour ago, whenever it was, on Roland, right? What he does is he puts his army between the bases, but he only sends a tiny force into the base he wants to kill, right? And the best case there is like Nerchio had Broodlords and Hydralists. He could have easily taken a concave on top of the ramp, right? Between the natural and third, when Alicia's army was kind of in the middle of the map. He could have occupied the ramps. Alicia could have never gone home, and then send, you know, one Ultralisk and 4 Zerglings. Instead of sending his whole army to natural, this 3 to 5 units, something like that, some very small force. And he would have... Actually, honestly, I think he would have won that game if he did that.
Really?
I think he would have. If he had a concave on top of the ramp, how would Alicia have ever gone up that?
Yeah.
There's no way. That would have been a total game-ending move. But so you'd have to be super careful because one of the reasons his Broodlords died so fast and his Stalkers could blink in underneath him is because most of his Ultralists were in the battle, and the Ultralists were actually like his key anti-Stalker unit there.
Oh. Lane's trying to take down this pylon. Of course, this is probably one of the most common places for a pylon. It should get taken out. Yep, and there it goes. Great pick off there.
A lot of Zerglings did die in that process, though. But that's a very important pick off because now he can just go back to drones. Probably wants to have a couple units here. A couple Zerglings can swing back around with 2 queens. He should be fine against this force. But great defense so far by Nerchio. Of course, you haven't talked too much about this game.
No. Neoplanet S is going to be the first obvious distinction. The difference between this and Belshir Vestige is pretty vast. It's a much smaller map. There are a lot of different pathways, and we see Alicia being aggressive towards this third base, trying to kill some drones with these Zealots. Now, Nerchio knew this was coming, so he shouldn't take too much damage. Going to take out these Zealots with those Slings, make it just enough to fend that off, and going to try to shoo away that Mothership Core. Now, how do you expect these guys' strategies to kind of deviate on Neoplanet S compared to Belshir Vestige?
Well, we're already seeing a lack of Stargate play from Alicia. Instead going Robo. I do think... Okay, he's going to get the Warp Prism. We might see him try to do something where he like force fields the ramp. It sneaks that Warp Prism into the main of Nerchio and does some trickery like that. We see Nerchio teching up as well, getting the melee upgrade for the Zerglings. So he really likes to start with that upgrade. Not when he goes straight into Roaches or Hydralisks. And Lara's on the way as well. Oh, a lot. 22, 24 speedings in production. Really going to focus on those. And normally against a gateway heavy composition, it's not that great to use the mass speedings, but there's no upgrades from Alicia yet. And so without the +1 weapons, the speedings actually can do okay.
War Prism sneaking on into that third base. Nerchio on top of that, sending the Queen to target him down. And Alicia might have to warp in somewhere else. He doesn't mind too much. Again, anything you can do to distract your opponent can be pretty nice, unless you're throwing things away. But I'm okay with this move from Alicia.
So the question is Alicia going to look to take a third base? Or is he just going to, you know, with
third base is tough.
With the getting the Twilight,
yeah.
I think that means he's going to take a third base. That's too late to really help with the 2-base timing, I think. Like, if you waited for Blink, Nerchio will be maxed, right? Like, this late of a Twilight, you're not going to have Blink in time to really do any type of 2-base pressure. So, or I don't know, maybe he is. That would make sense. No, he's got to go for third base.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. Like,
well,
unless he goes for a 2-base and then it's just a DT.
I mean, he stopped making probes. He's only at 49's. I don't know. I'm actually just pretty confused here. Maybe it's gonna be like a Blink Stalker follow-up to like an earlier just Immortal Sentry type push. Not really clear here. Because he did stop probes, so he definitely wants to go and attack.
So I think
no third base in sight.
He's gonna fake this all in and then follow it up with the massive Blink play.
Yeah, and this is actually going to work out pretty well against what Nerchio is doing. He's got a lot of sentries. There's no roaches from Nerchio. The Spire is essentially wasted resources against this type of attack.
And he doesn't know. Like, mutas look great right now in his mind.
But he's not going to be able to get them out in time. Or I mean, they'll come out, but they won't. The mutas are great on harass. They're not good at defense.
Yeah.
When they're stuck in a straight-up engagement, even sentries kind of do okay against them.
And Alicia will have stalkers if he so pleases.
Oh, there's a third base. Okay.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah, that's fine. It's kind of I like he's keeping his opponent guessing. Like whatever you're keeping the commentators, you're keeping the commentators guessing. You're especially because we see everything, right?
Yep.
Main idea being keep your opponent guessing. Ooh, I wonder if he could have canceled that third.
Yeah, he might end up losing a lot of Zergans though with that many sentries, but he can force the army back, and his Hydra start waiting to take out the third, or maybe he's gonna go for an engagement here.
Oh, nice force field.
Gotta be careful of those force fields.
Trying to isolate the army.
But you know, none of the Hydras got trapped. Oh, yeah, be careful of those feelings. There's a lot of force fields though, so it's not like Alicia really minds using a couple here or there.
Okay. Again, guys, if you're just now tuning in, Alicia currently up 1-0 in this Consolation match from DreamHack Bucharest 2013. Nerchio, and he's doing 2 in a row here. WCS points on the line. So valuable, so important.
Can he do it?
Yeah. That's the question.
Moving around the map now is Alicia. Heading to attack from the bottom. Spotted by Nerchio. Nerchio's units are way out of position. He might have... Yeah, I don't know.
If he just runs up there and forces at the bottom of the
ramp.
ramp.
But he doesn't know there's nothing there.
He doesn't.
And so that's going to give Nerchio time to get in position. Because if you try to run up against a concave of Hydras, you're in trouble. He just kind of assumed Nerchio was in position. Meanwhile, we do have some speedlings going for that third base. Kind of a fake third, though. Really focusing on 2-base aggression is Alicia. The main will be defended. To recall back, actually, he does want to save that third Nexus.
He does end up saving it.
Yeah.
Nice save.
A lot of dead speedlings as well. This is blood.
Now, how much damage did he get done there at the third? Not much, right? He just
he didn't really do anything. He just recalled back.
That's what I thought.
And meanwhile, his drop in the main has failed too. And this whole time, he's been on 2 bases of economy. I mean, yes. Oh, well, actually, he's worked at the 56 probes now. Once he transfers them over, he actually has more economy than Nerchio somehow. That's crazy. And Nerchio just has Hydranus, which actually that's
a lot of Hydras.
It is a lot, but there's a lot of stalkers and sentries here. I don't know. But Nerchio could get in great position here. If he can run the speedings in to keep the Hydras in the concave.
Oh, Zealot's gone. Ling's going in.
Okay, there we go. He's trying to reset up that concave. This is exactly what Nerchio wants to do. Set up this concave. Maybe even pull the Hydras back a bit more.
Great.
Run the speedings into the base. There we go.
Get him to convert. Get him to engage. Mothership Core getting taken out. Decent force field there. A lot of Hydras in the back. Actually, really good force field. And Nerchio going to be forced away. Actually going to blink forward to try to pursue a very bold blink there from Alicia. Now we're regretting it a little bit. The Hydra's turning around, doing some damage. More great force fields there from Alicia. And now he's going to try to isolate these units. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Splitting them up again. Backing up. It's all about the concave. Who's going to have it? Who's going to get that better DPS output? And Alicia going to be pretty okay with how that went.
I think so.
Oh, the Nexus was taken out during that, by the way.
Nexus is the third base, yes. There's some speedings that ran. It was almost dead before. Finishes it off with a nice speeding attack, and now Nerchio's going to back away and regroup. And while Alicia did trade well there, I mean, Nerchio did as good as you can do with just Hydranus. I think. Like, Nerchio controlled that great. Hydroists are never going to be cost efficient against anything Protoss has, I don't think. Maybe against Phoenixes. But Nerchio was reasonably okay at cost efficiency. I mean, within the realm of if you're on, taking a fourth and when they're retaking your third, you might be okay. And he's working his way to hive. So if you can get Vipers ready for when the Colossi count, basically if he has Vipers when Thermal Lance completes, that's his goal. I don't think he'll quite have it in time, so he might have to do some tricky play. He will have infestors though. He's going pathogen glands.
I love watching myself some tricky tactics.
Yeah. Tricky tactics.
Neoplanet S.
I'm a little worried for like a 3 Colossi with range timing. Nerchio may have to just base trade. Because there's no way with that many force fields.
And Neoplanet S is such a short resistance map where you're not going to have as much time as you would. It's not like you can do a lot of stuff to delay. The creep spread isn't incredible. So where's the element of slowing down the Protoss? What's the element of keeping those Colossi back so you can get those Vipers out?
It has to be a counterattack. He has to have his Hydra Force right now attacking a natural and then back away when the Protoss retreats. Looks like he's actually in a defensive posture. Oh, look, he's abandoning it. Very smart. Realizes he spotted this army.
Needs time.
He knows.
Corruptors. Wow.
Yeah, I think he feels it might not be time for Vipers. But he may be right. I mean, you never want to be forced in making Corruptors, but sometimes you don't have another choice. This is a great counterattack, though. Yep, there's the recall. That was good because he didn't want him to go straight to his natural. More time the better. 3 Vipers in production now.
There we go.
If you can get those, I mean, the thing I'm still worried about is, okay, he got infestors. That's what I was worried about. I'm like, if he kills the Colossi, how's he still going to beat the Stalker Sentry? The Stalker Sentry is going to beat the Hydralisk at these type of army sizes and the blink stock control that Alicia has. But if he can land the good fungals, that'll be his answer to the Stalker Sentry force. He's got to take out the Colossi instantly and land good fungals to make this work. But it's definitely doable for Nerchio.
All right. Alicia still poking forward, taking down some creep tumors. It's all going to come down to micro here, like it did in the last game. Essentially, Alicia has shown he is phenomenal with that micro. What's the next step from Nerchio here? Do you think? Like, where does he go?
I mean,
or just stick with this type of
composition?
I mean,
this is a pretty good one. At some point, if the game drags on, he could start to go into Swarm Host. Would be the next move. But he needs a little more bases. Oh, great fungal!
Oh, Viper's coming in, trying to pull those Colossi forward. Militia Core and 2 Colossi grappled by Nerchio. Nerchio trying to get that damage done as a great concave here. The Corruptors trying to close out those Colossi, but Alicia still charging forward. Both these players have plenty of resources, so it won't take too long to get remaxed. How do you think that battle went?
I mean, the fungals were amazing for Nerchio, but unfortunately he wasn't able to take out those Colossi quite as fast as he would have liked to. He lost all his Corruptors as well, and he's unfortunately rebuilding them because they're very expensive and they're not always quite worth that cost, but he took a big chunk out of the Stalker Force, which is definitely the first step. And the next step is to get those Vipers, have their energy back, and next engagement, take out those Colossi quick, then land those money fungals.
Oh, the fungals! Infestors getting taken out in a matter of seconds, getting great fungals. Viper's going to be abducting those Colossi. The Stalker's coming forward as well, trying to protect those guys. The Colossi taken down immediately, but great force fields there from Alicia, isolating a couple of those Hydras at a time. And again, more even trades, but more importantly, Stalkers blinking over there to that third base. Alicia trying to isolate that economy, and behind this, look at the economy of Alicia. Third base set up, fourth base at the bottom right getting set up as well. And he's looking phenomenal leading into the mid-late game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, he's down to a single Colossus, but remember, if his opponent just has Hydralisk, Stalkers are totally great against those. Pushing in here, he still has plenty of force fields. Throughout this game, he's preserved all his sentries. He's always kept them in the back. Really great force field control.
Blinding Cloud, Guardian Shield, reflexively deployed. Stalker's still being annoying at this fourth base, middle left base.
This is so rough for Nerchio. He's unable to remax, stuck at 160 supply against the 200 of Alicia.
Akeps in the chat saying Nerchio is bleeding, and I would have to agree. Nerchio is in fact bleeding. Alicia.
Yep.
Just
look at it.
Poking and prodding. Blood. Alicia has that needle that you were talking about earlier, making his opponent bleed slowly. Now he's going to go for the kill. The Blink Stalkers blinking in, taking down everything. Guardian shields everywhere. And there's the GG, and Alicia takes the 2-0 victory over Nerchio. Very nicely played, indeed.
Just beautiful play there by Alicia. Really, you know, saying, okay, if you're just going to make nothing but stalkers, or Hydratus, excuse me, as long as my force fields are okay, and
this is Nick's Twitter.
I have no program out. I assume we're on us. Are we on us?
Dude, no. Ron,
how can we tell?
Ron.
Are we on us or are we on the... Yeah, I don't blame him, man. He's had a rough weekend.
Ron, okay, like, seriously, everyone in the chat, say thank you, Ron, or something. This guy is the beastiest of beasts. Was up all day yesterday, all day today, you know, making this stuff happen.
If we're on us or not.
I think we're on us.
Okay, because I want to talk to the...
yeah, because that might be our last... it might be our last match, but huge shout-out to Ron. Really doing an awesome job this entire weekend. He was the guy behind the Godzilla stuff, the probes, the overlords. All really fun stuff that I love to see. Good job, Mr. Ron. So yes, as far as our schedule is concerned, we were told that was our last match. But no reason to go anywhere because after this is after we go down, we're going to show the entire rebroadcast from days 1 and 2.